Imagine feeling something land on your skin so lightly that it barely disturbs the air. There is no roar, no growl, no shadow blocking the sun, just a microscopic puncture, and then silence. Some predators hunt muscle, some hunt bone, some hunt fear. But there exists another category of hunter, one that doesn't chase, doesn't overpower, and doesn't destroy loudly. These creatures hunt blood, the single resource every living organism depends on. Across oceans, deserts, forests, and even inside your own home, they are not brute killers or dramatic attackers. They are biological infiltrators, silent extractors perfected over millions of years. Tonight, we explore the most extreme blood-feeding organisms on Earth and translate their abilities into human terms. If we possessed even one of these adaptations, how different would society look? Before we dive in, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and join the BeyondExtreme community, because nature doesn't need horror stories. It writes its own. Let's begin. Number 10. Vampire moth, Calyptra thalictri. In the forests of Europe and Asia, a moth drifts quietly through the night. Soft wings, fragile body, and an appearance that seems harmless. But the vampire moth evolved something unexpected. Unlike nectar-feeding moths, this species developed a reinforced barbed proboscis capable of piercing mammalian skin, including humans. It does not stab violently. It drills patiently and methodically. Once blood surfaces, the moth feeds for up to 50 minutes with no frenzy or panic, just controlled extraction. Often, the host does not notice immediately, which is what makes the adaptation so unsettling. If humans possess this ability, imagine extending a hollow needle from your own mouth and drawing blood discreetly for nearly an hour without anyone realizing. It is quiet efficiency at its most refined. Number 9. Torpedo snail, Cancelaria cooperi. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, hundreds of meters below the surface, the torpedo snail hunts in darkness. Nicknamed the vampire of the deep, this marine predator does not chase prey in dramatic bursts of speed. When it finds one, the snail slowly approaches and extends a long, flexible proboscis into the ray's gill slit. It siphons blood, while the ray remains largely unaware. There is rarely a violent reaction, only silent feeding in total darkness. The strategy is built on stealth rather than strength. If humans had this ability, imagine detecting someone's pulse from across a building and extracting blood without confrontation. In the deep sea, survival belongs to those who master subtlety. Number 8. Vampire ground finch, Geospiza septentrionalis. On the Galapagos Islands, water can be scarce and survival requires unusual strategies. The vampire ground finch evolved a feeding behavior that appears harmless at first glance. It approaches seabirds, such as boobies, and pecks at their feathers as though cleaning parasites. Over time, the pecking continues until the skin breaks and blood begins to flow. The finch then drinks. The host bird often tolerates it, creating an uneasy coexistence shaped by harsh environmental pressures. If humans adapted in this way, desert survival might involve careful extraction from larger animals instead of carrying water. Evolution favors survival over comfort, and the finch demonstrates how necessity can reshape behavior in surprising ways. Number 7. Hood mockingbird, Mimus macdonaldi. Also native to the Galapagos, the hood mockingbird is more aggressive in its approach. Rather than creating wounds, it actively searches for visible weakness in injured iguanas or sea lion pups. When it finds exposed areas, it drinks directly from them. This opportunistic feeding strategy wastes no energy creating damage. It simply exploits what already exists. The mockingbird demonstrates efficiency without excess force. If translated into human behavior, it would resemble scanning environments for vulnerabilities rather than initiating conflict. Nature often rewards those who recognize opportunity rather than those who create chaos. Number 6. Lamprey, Petromezontiformes. Ancient rivers conceal ancient designs. The lamprey possesses a circular suction mouth lined with rows of sharp teeth instead of traditional jaws. It attaches to fish and rasps through scales until blood flows. Once secured, it releases anticoagulants that keep the blood moving steadily. The host often continues swimming while being drained slowly. This is endurance extraction rather than explosive predation. If scaled to human proportions, it would resemble a living suction device capable of attaching to armored surfaces and drilling continuously without fatigue. The lamprey is not dramatic or loud, it is persistent. That persistence is what makes it extreme. Number 5. Kissing bug, Triatomini. Throughout Central and South America, the kissing bug feeds during the night. Attracted to warmth and carbon dioxide, it approaches sleeping hosts and bites near the lips or eyes. Its saliva contains anesthetic compounds, making the bite nearly painless. Blood flows quietly. However, the greater danger lies in disease transmission. Some species carry parasites responsible for Chagas disease, turning a small bite into a potentially life-threatening infection. If humans possess this biological trait, it would mean silent access combined with delayed consequences. The true power would not be the act itself, but what follows. Number 4. Leech, Hirudinea. In still fresh water, the leech waits for vibration and warmth. Once attached, it releases anesthetics, anticoagulants, and vasodilators to maintain steady blood flow. It can consume up to 5 times its body weight before detaching. The transformation is dramatic as its body expands significantly during feeding. If a 180-pound human fed proportionally like a leech, they would consume 900 pounds of liquid in a single sitting. Evolution engineered a feeding system so precise that science later adopted it. Number 3. Vampire bat, Desmodus rotundus. The vampire bat is the only mammal that feeds exclusively on blood. Using heat-sensitive receptors, it locates blood vessels near the surface of the skin. It creates a small incision with razor-sharp teeth and laps the blood while anticoagulants prevent clotting. The wound remains minimal, and the host often remains asleep. What makes vampire bats truly remarkable is cooperation. If one fails to feed, others may share blood meals. If humans operated with similar biology, society would require shared biological resources for survival. Evolution demonstrates that even blood feeding can coexist with cooperation. Number 2. Tick, Ixodida. Ticks inhabit forests, grasslands, and urban parks worldwide. They wait patiently on vegetation for contact with a host. Once attached, they insert a barbed feeding tube and secrete cement-like compounds to anchor themselves securely. Anticoagulants ensure uninterrupted feeding, sometimes for days. During this time, their bodies expand up to 600 times their original size. A human equivalent would involve drinking the volume of a swimming pool in a single sitting. Additionally, Ticks transmit diseases such as Lyme disease. They represent transformation through silent expansion. Number 1. Mosquito, Culichidae. The smallest entry on this list may be the most impactful. Mosquitoes are responsible for more human deaths annually than any other animal due to disease transmission. Female mosquitoes pierce skin with specialized mouthparts and inject saliva containing anticoagulants before drawing blood. Individually, they are insignificant. Collectively, they are devastating. Malaria, dengue, Zika, and West Nile virus spread through billions of micro-extractions occurring daily. If humans possessed mosquito-level systemic impact, every interaction could carry global consequences. This is power at scale, not through force, but through influence. When we imagine strength, we picture claws, teeth, and brute force. But the most extreme survivors do not overpower their environment. They specialize in accessing the system that sustains life itself. If humanity possessed even one of these adaptations, civilization would change overnight. Security and physical strength would become secondary to biological capability. The most dangerous creatures are not always the loudest. They are the quietest. If this changed how you see the smallest organisms around you, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and stay connected with BeyondExtreme, because evolution continues to hide extraordinary strategies in plain sight. And remember, that's make these animals most beyond extreme.